Because gun violence is a daily event in this country, we have to work on this issue every single day and establish it as a federal daily priority. This issue is robbing our kids of their childhoods and decimating families. It's impeding on the liberty and freedoms of our people.
Florida Congressman Maxwell Frost has been a staunch advocate for gun violence prevention before and after being elected to Congress. Today, President Biden will announce the administration's new Federal Office of Gun Violence Protection, led by Vice President Kamala Harris. It seeks to elevate an issue important to activists and young voters. And Representative Frost joins us now to talk more about this initiative. Thanks so much for being with us this morning. We appreciate it. I'll start with asking you this. You've been dedicated to fighting against gun violence since you were 15 years old. What does this day mean for you?
Today is the culmination of work that has been going on for decades. Like you mentioned, I got involved in politics in the first place because of gun violence. It was the Sandy Hook shooting that really gave me my call to action to become an activist in the first place. Over a decade later, now as a member of Congress, getting to introduce my first bill to create a federal office to work at ending gun violence, which before today didn't exist. And to hear that the president is taking our bill, taking this ask, and using executive action to make it a reality shows that he is someone who cares about the hopes and dreams of young people and creating a country where we can live free of gun violence. So we're extremely excited. We know there's a lot more work to do, but today is a very joyous day for the movement because we have to work harder at ending gun violence in this country.
So, Congressman, how do you prevent gun violence? Explain the work this office will be doing.
This work will be doing far-ranging work. What folks have to realize right now is that we don't have a single point that coordinates gun violence prevention through different agencies from the White House. And so having this office in the White House is going to be helpful in coordinating a thoughtful response to gun violence. It's also going to look at gun violence holistically. Typically, we only think about mass shootings, which it's important, but mass shootings account for 1% of gun violence. I don't say that to diminish mass shootings. I say this because I want folks to understand how big of an issue this is. So this office will work at making that coordination possible, giving recommendations on how we can end gun violence holistically. We know that this is about ensuring that guns don't get in the wrong hands. It's about creating a better country where people don't feel the need to use a gun to solve their problems in the first place. It's about healthcare. It's about mental health care. It's everything. And this office is going to focus on all those different issues.
And what's the impact this office may have?
Well, having this single entity from the White House with the ability to coordinate is going to be huge for our movement. And they're staffing it up with the right people from for the organizing world, people who have been doing this, survivors who understand what it means to approach gun violence with trauma-informed policy and trauma-informed care. And so from being dispatched to these areas when mass shootings happen, to being on the phone and connecting with legislators and organizations, this is going to be the focal point of coordinating for the White House on this very important issue. And so really, they're going to play a huge role. It's going to be a big office. It's going to be a large undertaking. But I know that the staff that they've hired, I know the vice president and the president are committed to this, and we're going to be able to end gun violence. And this is a good first step in that journey.
Congressman, while we have you, I have to ask about your reaction to the standoff happening on Capitol Hill over that potential government shutdown.
Well, when I first got here, I was sworn in at 2 a.m. on a Saturday night after, saying Hakeem Jeffries 13, 14, 15 times because McCarthy couldn't get his caucus together to get his votes. What this shows, and I said it then, I said, look, the past few days is a microcosm of what the next 2 years are going to look like. And I was right. And look at what's going on right now. This is like a replay of January when Speaker McCarthy couldn't get the votes to make himself speaker. And the problem here is that the speaker has ceded many important powers of the Speaker of the House to the very far right-wing fascist wing of his party that want to strip government programs that people depend on, their own constituents depend on. And so what's happening right now is the Speaker has binded himself to this movement. And he's not working day by day for the American people at this point. What folks have to realize is he's working day by day to keep his job. And that's unfortunate. It's not a way you should govern. And so I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. We saw what happened with the debt ceiling. We saw what happened in January. This is happening now. And I can promise y'all, as long as Kevin McCarthy is the Speaker of the House, the Republicans have this majority, this will continue next year as well.
Congressman Maxwell Frost, we'll have to leave it there for now, but thanks so much for your time. We appreciate this.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.